watching Fit Afrique, your hub to all things pristine conversations as far as women's football and African football is concerned. It's that part of the show where I get to talk about the beautiful game with Jessica Bokamo-Sonkomo. You know her as Auntie Diski, soon to be Dr. Auntie Diski.
Manifestation.
Understand?
Candles lit.
Right?
It's so amazing to see all these, sports greats being awarded and recognized. And I mean, we can also give a shout out to Coach Dr.
Yes.
Desiree Ellis.
She's the only one.
She's the only one that we know of at the moment. And I'm hoping that, with all the victories in the women in football spaces, we get to celebrate another achievement like that very soon.
It does also stem and spark the conversation for us to start grooming our ladies young, whether it be referees, whether it be them getting them to be coaches,
video analysts, whatever it is. And I mean, to tap into other spaces, not just football. I mean, there's only so many awards that you can win as an athlete. But if they can tap into other spaces and just work hard and, be a trending topic, obviously for positive things, hopefully Lerona will be celebrating more doctors in the future. I know.
That doctorate. And I'm hoping that as far as broadcasters are concerned,
right,
very soon.
People behind the screens, hopefully there's something that they can do for us. Because
do you understand?
Is not the boys, but we'll get there.
We will get there. Let's start the conversation here and talk about the draw for the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers. Obviously, Mamelodi Sundowns is not included, but a South African team that is there, and you're probably asking yourself why is UWC.
When somebody's doing poetry and they say a punchline that's amazing and you're like, this is what we are doing for the inclusion, UWC. Finally, debutants, super excited for them. And the reason why UWC is there is obviously because Mamelodi Sundowns are the current CAF champions. And in the South African region, UWC came second. So therefore, they qualified to go and represent us at the regional games. Strong team ahead. They're going against another strong team, which is Green Buffaloes in that specific group, who I know will be a definite challenge. But I think Coach Tina is really, really cooking. I'm just worried about the fatigue because we know that it's currently the varsity games that are happening.
Oh, yes, and Hollywood Bets games have also been pushed back.
Exactly, and most of our players at UWC are students who are actually who are currently participating. So, and we know COSAFA kicks off right after that. So I'm just hoping that we don't have any injuries or, fatigue that's going to affect the style of play. But I mean, we have exceptional players that are definitely going to represent us. And I'm hoping we can see a Casablanca and AS4, for us, Mamelodi Sundowns and UWC. Super excited.
What's going to be important for UWC is the squad rotation and the depth within the squad.
100%.
Do you believe that we have enough trials when it comes to these teams that we have competing within the Hollywood Best League?
I think so. I think we have enough game times. We just obviously don't have enough tournaments. And I think I want to speak about something where, the men's side, we would have the PSL running, and then we'd have MTN 8, and then we'd have Nedbank Cup. And then there's a lot of tournaments where I think it's trials towards these kind of tournaments and giving them enough game time. Where in Hollywood Bets, we just have Hollywood Bets. We do have the Basadi tournament, which is also another opportunity.
But we already know that the squads themselves are struggling somewhat to keep up with Hollywood Bets because of all the traveling. So do we not need first the inclusion of more players within the squad? So maybe one team must have, let's say, 27 players.
More teams in Hollywood Bets have probably a maximum of about 40 players. So the players are there.
Okay.
And
it's the game time that we need so we can see everyone.
100%.
I get what you're going.
And I mean, fans as well. When they select the traveling 20, it's not to say the remaining 15 are not good enough. However, we're looking at the logistics funds.
Budget.
So if we ever bump the cheese up there, perhaps, and also get more tournaments in the Hollywood Bets League, we'll definitely see a lot of other players coming in, and we'll know that our pool is big enough. We wouldn't worry that UWC is currently playing varsity games because we know there's other exceptional players who can definitely, carry the team.
Sponsors. That's
Thank you.
Exactly what we need.
Exactly.
Let me know, Group A and B, who is sitting where? UWC, I know they're in Group A, but who they with?
So Group A, we are looking at UWC, who are debutantes, and we've got Green Buffaloes, who are actually the winners of COSAFA last year. Very good team, Zambia. And I mean, I don't want to start because you're going to go off. And then we also have Hentel's Queens FC, which is from Zimbabwe, and we have FC Ongas Ladies from Namibia. Good to see Namibia actually there. And then in Group B, we've got Gaborone United Ladies, which is a debutante. Shout out to Botswana as well, because I think we had a conversation about their football. You know, we're not seeing it on continental football. They don't perform as we would hope to be. And then we also have Desportiva da Lechinga from Mozambique, debutantes. Essent Academy, also known as ASA, from Malawi. And we've got Young Buffaloes from Eswatini that we have seen a couple of times playing against the TS Galaxy Queens, and they gave them a tough time. So that is a very strong team to look at in Group B.
Interesting that Namibia is included. We cannot not look at the progress that's being made into football in Namibia, considering that the men's side in COSAFA, they went all the way to the final, right, with Coach Benjamin. So all the best to them. I absolutely love it. And I think it's competitions like this where clubs, and that's what I love about it. It's not just the national team, it's clubs within the countries where they at least are getting the exposure.
Definitely. And I love seeing debutantes, not just at FIFA World Cup, but also on African football, you know, just to show the growth of football in women's spaces and all of that. So I'm super happy for the debutantes.
Okay, Hufetamang, give me your favorites.
Obviously, UWC goes without saying. I'm not going to go for Green Buffaloes because they are in our group.
Yes.
I think Young Buffaloes, definitely, I think they've been doing exceptionally well. It's time for them to actually do something out of the group stages. But I'm definitely rooting for UWC and Young Buffaloes in the final.
Well, only time will tell, and we will get to see as to who will progress and who will actually qualify for the CAF Women's Champions League. Now, at the beginning of the show, I did ask you, 23rd of July 2022, significant day when it comes to women's football within South Africa, but why? And we're here to unveil the answer to you. So thank you for playing along. You probably got it right, some of you. Others got it wrong.
Yeah.
I am
very
2022.
I'm very happy if anyone got it wrong, because we celebrated this a couple of days. TBT, but again, throwback,
yes.
You know. 23rd of July 2022, we were celebrating the win, Banyana Banyana, when they became WAFCON champions. Amazing play, goals by Hilda Magaya, and we walked away with victory. I mean, goosebumps still today.
What's about who we played in the final?
We played against Morocco.
There you have it. It is that time that we celebrated, and everyone was just like, it's enough now. And we're like, angeke athandwe.
And speaking of Morocco, you know how Morocco always gives us a tough time because of a particular player called Fatima.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Fatima just signed a contract, a 2-year deal with Sevilla in Spain. So she now moves abroad. Absolutely exceptional player who gives us a tough time, but we're not going to be seeing her at ASFA now. We're going to have a bit of a break.
Coach
But super happy for her, man. 48 national caps, and she's been doing exceptionally well at club level. It's good to also see her raising the African flag overseas.
Yeah, congratulations to Tagna Wood. Also not forgetting that she was one who was honored and awarded at the CAF Awards that took place last year. There's so much more that I want to talk about. So on that note, from myself, Itimeleng Khosikhadia Khabanda, Adelane Ogorinade, Jessica Vakamusonkomo, future doctor. We'll see you next week. Bye.